original intent and plan was to create a practice that was unique. Unique in the sense that it focused on just a radical client service. For me, it was being a part of something dynamic. It just wasn't here. And so Dr. Delaney and myself decided we had to create it. We had to make a dynamic practice to not only serve the community, but ultimately to serve what we needed as well as providers.
We are different in the way we go about treating folks and treating kids. So we don't want to be just a factory or a stiff facility where kids come and get shots. We have tried to envision ourselves to be different in the way we deliver care, to be, again, up to date, to provide the care that is evidence-based, that is backed by research and good information, and to do it in a way that is comfortable for the parents and comfortable for the families and the kids, and is as least intrusive in life as possible for those families.
I think what sets us apart is that we're always striving to improve and be better in multiple areas of the business. We're not just striving to be better in one area, but in areas including patient care, from the beginning of their experience with patient check-in, increasing our technology usage, all the way to things like our facilities, and also in our processes and the way that we feed patients through our office, and also in our daily provision of care. What is the most up-to-date, what is the best way to care for our patients?
We're always watching what information is out there in the literature, what data is being presented. Obviously, during a time like this, during a pandemic, we're watching data daily, watching recommendations daily, trying to make sure that we're providing care that is backed by good information, and that we are staying up to speed and getting out information to all of our providers as it comes across, and we're sharing that information. I'm reaching out to providers as recently as even yesterday, asking them for their opinions and feedback on how we're delivering care right now, and what differences, if any, we need to address, or things we need to look at in a different perspective.
It's very obvious that they really want to see every aspect of the company succeed. So I feel like they are great listeners. They keep open lines of communication with the nurses, with the providers, with really all of the clinical staff. Everyone's really just set up to succeed very well.
Something else that's really wonderful about SouthernMED, and there's other practices in the area that are similar to this, but it's a relatively larger practice, and you have a lot of a networking that's done. So there's a lot of providers, different areas of the city, and not only the city, but the Midlands area, South Carolina. So in terms of call that you may have, in terms of rotating through the nurseries and trying to feel your way through that. Maybe you'll interact or have a patient in the office that you're not exactly sure what to do. There's always somebody that's a phone call away that's more than willing to help you out. And when you're first practicing as a brand new physician, there's a lot of stresses of that. You have the kind of the comfortable bubble when you're in residency, and then you get outside of that shell, and it's sometimes overwhelming, sometimes frightening, but having a good core and a good network around you really makes that step less overwhelming in a lot of ways. And SouthernMED definitely is a place that provides that support for you.
We have been very attentive to all of the other parts of medicine that go on behind the scenes, with a really good corporate staff that is there to help with the nuts and bolts, so that you can feel comfortable coming in and treating your kids and your families without having to worry about the other aspects of the business of medicine. You can turn it on and do what you want to do here, what you need to do here in the office, and the support staff can help with all the other parts of it.
say one of the best things about our practice is our leadership, and I think it's evidenced in the growth we've experienced over the last 12 years. They care about each of our providers, not only from the standpoint of how we practice and what we do, but also each of our providers and our nurses, our front desk staff, our billing staff, our administrative staff on a very personal level. And so I think that really sets us apart as a unique private practice.
We're different in the way that we want our folks to be happy about coming into work. It should not be a grueling task to get out of bed and to go to a workplace. You know, we know nobody likes their workplace better than being with their family. You know, that's we're not after that. We understand that's the case, but we want to make our environments as pleasant as they can be, to be as enjoyable as they can be, to support you guys and your families as you go through life and have kids and have families and make your work-life balance a really an important aspect of being part of our team. We want to provide all that we can, a support mechanism so that you can learn as you go and continue to learn as you practice, and all the while have fun.
Obviously you're most proud of when you first started. I always tell the story of, we were hanging ceiling tiles when we, at 6 a.m. and we were going to see our first patient at 8 a.m. And so ran home and took a shower. And so just the amount of sweat and tears that we put in to getting the first one up and going. I mean, obviously you're proud of that, but honestly, the thing I'm most proud of is where we're at right now. The fact that we serve virtually our entire state, and we do so well. We don't sacrifice quality, even though we're expanding. Once we find that provider, we'll go anywhere with them. I think we've kind of proven that we are going to do what it takes to maintain those good providers, because we can grow anything around a good provider after it's all said and done. You do that by having a good team, and so I think we have a really good team right now, and I think that is what has positioned us to be where we're at and to take us to where we're going.